What's good, everyone? It's Chambers from chambersmixedit.com, Instagram at chambersmixedit, and today we're going to be making a D Savage type beat in FL Studio 20. I really love to make plug beats, D Savage, all that type of wave, so we're going to get into that today. Alright, so in FL Studio here I have my favorite plugin for plug beats, which is called Purity by Sonic Cat. I like to go into the piano sounds and get like a Rhodes type sound, electric piano, like that. Generally, I aim for BPMs about 150 to 160, maybe higher. 150 is good enough. Alright, so let's get started with the chords. The chords are very important. They gotta be dreamy, like maybe sad, maybe happy. Depends on the mood. We'll see where we can go with it. So here's the chord progression right here. So we're starting out with the C minor ninth chord, and then it hits a diminished chord right here for a transition, and it goes down 5 semitones into a G sharp minor ninth chord. So it sounds like this. Now I'm just going to add some filler notes to make it interesting. Alright, so now let's make it more human. Add some strums and velocity stuff. Let's add a strum to it. Let's do it manually. So go to none on your grid. Let's move this around. Zoom in, not the cutter tool, and go back to 1/2 step, and we're going to cut the overlaps. So right click and drag down to cut it right there, and then I'm going to cut it at the end. Transpose it down. Let's put it into the mixer, add an EQ to cut out any low end that it might have, any boxy tones, stuff like that. Then I'm going to add some stereo separation to the chords, make it wider. Huge part of D Savage beats is stacking up the melodies, so I'm going to go into Purity. I'm going to add an arpeggio. Go into Bell and Perk for the preset categories, and then click on Bell Harmonics. I mean, no, that's not even the right one. Bell with harmonics. Now let's go back into the chords and layer the arpeggio. I like this part because it's sort of like playing a staircase going up. Copy that and put it into a new pattern, and let's add another melody. This time I'm going to go for a bell, so let's go into the channel rack and grab Purity. Go into the bells for the presets, Vibra handbell. Back into the chords, and let's place the bells down. I usually stay simple with the bells, so put it on song mode. I like that. Let's put that into a new pattern, into the playlist, and let's add another layer. This time we'll go for a lead in purity. And that famous D Savage plug type lead, you want to go into fast synths, and then go into harmonic lead. Let's add a melodic top line melody. Let's do a slide note right here. So you want to click in a note, drag it back on 1/4 step for the grid. Leave about 3 blocks in units right here. Let's do 2. Let's pitch everything up 1 semitone. That will change the vibe, so everything English. I don't know if I want to keep this. I like that. Copy that, cut it. New pattern, paste it. Let's add one more melody. What should it be? It could be a sitar, it could be a saxophone. I'm gonna add a sitar with purity, so go into fast synth and let's get sitar, synth sitar. Let's layer that. And here are all of the melodies together. So right now it's a lot going on, so we're just gonna mix it down, get everything sounding clean, and we'll be on the way. So for mixing the sounds, it was just very simple and straightforward. All I did was add a low pass filter. All I did was add a high pass filter to every sound, as you can see in the EQ in your bottom right, just to cut out any low end that it might have. I also added stereo separation to every single song here, as you can see on these knobs with the blue. Then on the master track, I put it in mono, and I leveled out the sounds to a level that I liked. The arpeggio I wanted mainly in the back, the bell a little bit in front of it, but still in the back. I wanted the lead in front and the sitar behind. Take it out of mono. And I took the bell and I took the sitar and I panned one to the left 25%, one to the right 25%, just to make it even more wide and more clear. Then before I do drums, I like to have my instruments hit -6 dB on the meter. That's just how loud I like to have them. And then, yeah, now we're ready for the drums. So for plug drums, I'm usually going to be using like a Mexico Joe or a Stupid Cool type kit. You can find it all on the internet. I'm going to solo the chords for now. I like this 808. Go to this lever and add 3%. Go to the envelope tab, put every single thing down except for the hold knob. Then you're good with the 808. Let's grab a clap. That one's good. Let's grab some percussion. This rim. Here's one snare. Here's the other snare. Hi-hat. Then lastly, we're going to grab a crash. Now we're ready. Let's get started with the 808. Actually, hold on. We don't know if it's tuned or not. So right-click on the sample. Hit Edit in Audio Editor. Go to the marker tab. Go down to Detect Pitch Regions. This is in the key of D. So go back to the envelope tab and right-click on the D note. Now we're in tune. And we could get started. That note is too low, so let's put it up an octave. Copy that, cut it, paste it into a new pattern. Let's make it unique and clone that pattern and make variations in the second version. So go up here and hit clone. Let's put that into the playlist, and now let's add variation to it. Staircase up. That's going to be the 808 pattern. Now let's add the clap on the 3 and the 7. Add a hi-hat, fill each 2 steps. Just leave that second note out blank. Now I'm thinking, let me see, what if I went back into the chords, made it 4 bars instead of 2 bars, got rid of the diminished chord right here. So I'm thinking instead, like, I want to use the diminished chord not as often. So I'll have it once every 4 bars instead of once every 2 bars. I think that's going to be better for the sound. So those are the main drums, the 808, the clap, and the hi-hat. Now we can start to add percussion, stuff like that. Add that perk right before the clap hits. Add a new pattern. What? Who is that? Ooh, let's get the snares involved. Let's move that first perk over to the second half of the 4 bars, if you know what I mean. And then let's add that other snare that we have right here. Let's get the toms in it. Just to wrap up the bar, we'll do a triple hit here or something like that. We'll worry about the low end and the toms later. I want to add an open hi-hat too. Put the trim all the way up, go to the envelope just like the 808, put everything up, everything down except the hold. That's not, I don't even like that hi-hat. What am I doing? Lastly, we will add the crash, the finishing touch. There we go. Now I'm going to take all of these drums, hold Control and Shift, drag down, take them into the mixer, right-click, channel routing, route selected channel starting from this track. Click on that. Now you have all of your drums in the mixer. For the 808, I'm going to add saturation with a plugin called Saturation Knob. Make sure the saturation type is on low because we're working with low end. Also going to cut some high end and put the 808 in mono because we want it straightforward. For the clap, I have a preset here. It just cuts out some of the low end and adds some high end and mid range. For this snare, I have another preset that I use. It just adds some more to that low end punch and some high end. Everything else, I'm just cutting out the low end. For the crash, actually I like to make it more interesting. I put a flanger on the crash and add stereo separation to it. Let's see where we could add panning in the drums. Open hi-hat, I'm going to pan to the left. The perk before the clap, I'm going to pan to the right. pan this snare to the left and the toms to the right. Obviously, the saturation added some more harmonic content and volume to the 808, so you have to turn it down. So I like to add panning in the drums, not just the melodies. Now we'll add everybody back in, all the melodies. So now I'm just going to do a structure very quick. So for the hook, I like 16 bar hooks. So let's make it 16 bars. And the plug signature is to delay the 808 by 2 bars. So it sounds like this. Moving on, let's just have the chords and then take the drums, the 808, the clap, and the hat. Take them out for the first 2 bars, and then they'll come in. Also add the crash. Because we're going from a busy hook into a simple verse. Then here, let's add some melodic element. Just have the hi-hat and the clap for 4 bars, then the 808 in the second part of the 8 bars. Add some snares to it. Add the open hi-hat. Then I'll just have the arpeggio right here. No clap, no cap, no clap. And the hook again, then I'm going to copy and paste it, except for these verses. I'm going to take out the bell. Let's put that lead in right here. Add the sitar. Outro. Plain chords, then all the melodies. Thank you all for watching. That's how I would make a D Savage / plug beat in FL Studio 20. If you like the melodies that you hear, I have plenty of kits that are just straight plug melodies at chambersmixedit.com/soundkits. I'll leave links in the description and the comments section. There are some great kits that have like 10 plug melodies each with stems, wave files, everything that you need, key, BPM. So yeah, thanks for watching. I hope that you could learn something. Feel free to subscribe, like the video, comment, share it, whatever you want to do, and I'll see you in the next video.